Hello everyone. I know it's been a little bit longer, and now somebody's going to go by and they're going to wonder if I'm like talking to myself. Da da da, I'm just taking a selfie, not talking to myself. Goodbye, dude. Okay. Yes, I didn't do a 4-week update. It's now September 19th at approximately 1:20. I have a 1:30 appointment with my orthodontist. A couple of reasons why I haven't given you an update. First of all, I was on vacation from September 8th to the 17th, so I just got back from that. And when I go on vacation, I spend so much time on the internet when I'm not on vacation that I just like to just stop. I just like to just forget about it and just focus on things. And I really needed that time anyway because family drama, things like that. So there's that. And the other thing is that toward the end of my 4 weeks, and I was using the bands on, these going down here on both sides. I did them every day. I think, at least 12 hours a day, sometimes 14, sometimes more. But after about 4 weeks, well, even before that, I've probably mentioned it in some of my other videos, where some of the teeth, when you close, I hit this one tooth back here. That's one of the teeth I hit. But then as the teeth were being pulled down, I was starting to hit this canine right here with my bottom tooth. To the point where, when you're talking or just sleeping and biting down, it got really, really tender. And I thought, no problem. But then I was drinking something that was kind of warm, and I noticed that I felt a little bit of a zinger. So I put my finger, of course, up in here I pressed on it. And it feels a lot like the way it feels when my root is dying. I've had 2 root canals in my lifetime. And both of them didn't know the root was dying, so the root died, and then it gets all liquidy in there, and then it tries to find a way to come out, and when it does, it comes out on the front of your gum and creates something called a fistula. Fistula. So anyway, I feel like that might be happening again, and today is the first time I'm going to be able to speak to them since I was on vacation. And I didn't want to post anything, and because if people are checking out these videos about orthodontics and are nervous and are afraid, I didn't want to just be all like giving all my fears without being able to have something to support it. So that's what's going on. I'm about to go in, and I am nervous about it because one of the reasons I wanted to get these braces was because I didn't want this to happen anymore. I figured the way my bite is, it creates a lot of stress on these back teeth, and it causes the roots to die and the gums to erode. And so now here I am wearing the braces, going through the motions. There's another dude. And now I have this freaking tooth that's trying to die. And I know that they give you disclaimers about, things like this can happen. And I hope that they're going to be more sensitive about this because this is very frustrating. But anyway, more people are coming, so I'll talk to you later. Bye. All right, here's my update. As you can see, I have a different building than I did a second ago. So what happened today is I went in and I told them about the sensitivity on this tooth. And so the thing is that they have their x-ray machines are usually to see all your teeth all at once. They don't really have anything specific. They asked me if it was getting better, and I thought that since I've stopped using the bands and I try not to bite down on that area as often as possible, I think that it's not bothering me as much. So they said, well, just keep me not wearing the bands and just kind of see what happens. But I still was like, well, can you do like an x-ray? And they said no. And like I just said that they don't really have like a specific x-ray machine. So they did call over to my dentist, which is pretty much across the street. The orthodontists are over there. And now I'm over over here, and they called up, and my dentists are awesome. My dentist is awesome, and they set an appointment. I waited a little while, and they were able to fit me in, and they took an x-ray, and they did not see anything going on with the root. And she asked me some questions, and I saw them back in June, I think, and you know, even after 6 weeks, she could already see. She was like, wow, look at how much your teeth have moved, and they look great. And I was like, really? And I was like, well, look at this one tooth that's hanging down lower. And she said that the thing is that because my bite was misaligned for so long, that I was wearing down my teeth in different ways. So she said that this may not actually be because this tooth is longer, but it's just that now that these are evened out here, that you can see how much wear and tear was on that tooth, which I was like, oh, what? So anyway, yeah, right now there's no abscess going on with my root, with that root there, and because I'm not jumping out of my seat every time they tap on it, they're just gonna hold off and tell me, you know, let me know how I feel in a week. Also, just because this is an update on my orthodontics, they did add, I didn't have brackets on the very back teeth, on my upper teeth before. I still don't on the bottom, see? Hey? But now I do on the top. And they did take the wire off, and I got to floss up there, which was really nice. It's an interesting how you take for granted your flossing until you can't do it without threading through it. So I did that. So I did floss. They didn't do anything with this lower bottom. I thought they were going to, but he must have changed his mind, and maybe because of the problems that I'm having. But I'm not going to be wearing the bands for the next 6 weeks. I go back in after that. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of updates. I mean, they added the new bracket up here, and they fit the new wires, and I'm not really feeling any pressure right now. So you know, the tooth is not really hurting. So keep your fingers crossed for me. I'm hoping that this doesn't turn into a dying tooth. And then it's just the ligaments are just kind of acting out, and it's just, you know, traumatized, but you know, well, it's a survivor, right? So here's my update, and thanks for being patient. And for those that have added comments and likes and subscribed, thank you so much. I love it. I love being able to interact with people and exchange information and answer questions. So keep them coming, and you know, unless they're mean, then you can just get out of there, you know what I mean? Anyway, have a good day. Bye.